X-Men Apocalypse. This movie is, it's pretty good. Not that great, but, it's favorable. First, let's talk about the good. Let's talk about the good. It opens like an old X-Men movie with, Professor X doing the narration and all that, which, by the way, he's still kicking it, okay? Professor X, the Professor X actor, he's fantastic, okay? I'm kind of forgetting his name right now, but yeah, he's pretty good, okay? He's still kicking it as Professor X, and yeah, Michael Fassbender's Magneto, fantastic. Then comes the controversial Jennifer Lawrence. Does she look disinterested playing this part? Yes, she does. However, she's still kind of favorable. Her motives are kind of questionable as far as writing goes, but she plays it okay. She doesn't play it as awesome as she did the first time, but she does give a little bit of a crap, so good of this movie. So we see the origins of the younger X-Men in the universe: Storm, Cyclops, Psylocke, Jean Grey, Jubilee. We get Jubilee in this movie, okay? A character from the fantastic animated series bringing onto the big screen finally, even though she doesn't have any lines really, but she's in there. Whatever. Nightcrawler, Angel, Caliban. Nightcrawler was actually very intriguing because we're kind of getting out of the whole X-Men universe, X-Men 1, 2, and Last Stand and all that. I mean, Bryan Singer said that X-Men 1 and X-Men 2 are still in the universe, but yeah, the first time they met Nightcrawler was in Apocalypse. Alex Hu also is Havok, Scott Summers' brother, tying the universe together, and that's pretty good, okay, I'll buy it. Then he dies, and we're like, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good death scene, and it motivated Scott to actually get up off his ass and actually do something instead of just pouting around, being like, oh my gosh, I'm crying, I'm a mutant, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Dude, you're an X-Men, okay? Get up off your ass and do something. Apocalypse. Okay, this guy's supposed to be the big bad. He's supposed to be all powerful. The disappearance is explained pretty well. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. It was a pretty good explanation. Not really fully developed, but it was okay. It was okay. Very powerful scene of Magneto, who ran away after the events of Days of Future Past, finally settled down and had a family in like the Soviet Union. He died pretty much by his hands, and to be honest, that is like one of the most powerful scenes ever to resonate from an X-Men movie. That took a lot of guts, and it came to the heart, man. It came to the heart. That was very, very powerful stuff. In fact, that was almost Michael Fassbender's Oscar moments. I mean, if it wasn't in a X-Men movie, if it was in a, I don't know, a drama or whatever, he would have gotten, I think he would have gotten an Oscar nomination, Oscar murmuring around that type of thing, but Finally made a return to the X-Men franchise. He's been gone for a while, okay, now he's back. He has a cameo. It's pretty funny. I mean, it's honestly pretty funny, and I'm glad to see Stan Lee back in these movies. It's pretty funny. Three things really to take away from this movie. Number one, all the scenes with Eric are pretty powerful, very gut-wrenching. You sympathize with this character. Michael Fassbender plays him very, very well. Awesome. Number two, there is a Quicksilver scene. I gotta say, I would think it's more awesome than the Days of Future Past one. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, but I laughed a lot more in that one, in this one, than I did in the Days of Future Past one. The Wolverine scene. This Wolverine, blows X-Men Origins out of the water. Okay, that X-Men Origins never even happened. This one, this is Wolverine's origin right here, and it is awesome. Okay, it's all Wolverine, everything you wanted to see in a Wolverine origin. It's shot full of it in like this 6-minute thing of Logan and all that. It's perfect. Third act, minus the apocalypse thing, which we will get into, the third act is actually pretty good. I mean, honestly, the comedy worked. I mean, I laughed very substantially, especially it was a little nudge with with Return of the Jedi. And yeah, sometimes third movies aren't that great. This movie, there's a lot. Holy crap, there's so much in this movie that they're just jamming in here. They did this with Last Stand. They kind of did this with Origins Wolverine. I mean, have you learned your lesson yet, Fox? I mean, you jam a lot of crap into one movie. It's not gonna work. There's this thing that kind of bothers me, where when Apocalypse kind of goes in and, you know, is covered with all the rocks or the pyramids, 2 rocks destroy the pyramids. I don't think that 2 rocks can destroy the pyramids, people. Very scattered in the beginning. I didn't really know what the hell was going on. For some reason, can't see anything in Cerebro when he was in there. Even though he saw what was going on later, it was kind of weird. And I didn't really get it, why he couldn't see what's going on in Cerebro. Her motives are very vague in this movie. In fact, Mystique was kind of like very much a side character in this movie when, yeah, she's supposed to be, but it's kind of hit out of left field, in my opinion, because when Jennifer Lawrence became Mystique, she was into this franchise now. She was like one of the 3 main heroes now. We always had Charles Xavier, we always had Magneto, but now we have Mystique. And now Mystique, side character with very vague plot points. Like, what? I don't even know what the hell she's doing in this movie anymore. It's really weird. I couldn't follow it at all. I'll tell you, everyone in this movie played their parts pretty well, except for Jean. The new Jean in this movie sucks. Very, very bad. And I gotta admit, before watching this movie, I did not watch Game of Thrones, because apparently she was in Game of Thrones before this. I started watching Game of Thrones, and she sucks in that show too. I mean, why does she keep on getting parts? She sucks. She's like she's like, I don't know, Jai Courtney. She's like Jai Courtney. You know, he's terrible in roles he's in, but yet he still keeps on getting parts. Although in Suicide Squad he was actually pretty good, but still, I mean, yeah. It doesn't show how Havoc stayed alive through Days of Future Past. I mean, in Days of Future Past, we see all the mutants died, okay, and were experimented on. But how did Havoc avoid all that and stay alive? We don't know, because they don't tell us. And now he's dead. He's officially dead in this movie, so I mean, it doesn't really matter anymore, I guess. Whatever. the very end of this movie is very, very weird. I mean, it walks off with all smiles and like Magneto helping rebuild the manor, like Charles Xavier's school and all that. And I mean, what? Like, Magneto and Charles Xavier or Eric and Charles Xavier are talking, and it's like, oh, it was so fun, you know, you're a good guy, I knew it deep down inside. Oh, shucks, Charles, what the heck is that? Whoa! I mean, yeah, I guess we got a little bit of that in the first movie, X-Men, and X2 a little bit, and even in X3, The Last Stand, but that's a little too far, man. I mean, that's a little bit too far of a stretch to say that Charles Xavier and Magneto are that close. In fact, Magneto helps rebuild the school. What? And you're gonna tell me that X1 and X2 are still in canon? And Days of Future Past. And Logan. They've got, I'll tell you what, they got a lot of stuff to clean up in the X-Men Phoenix and all that. Because honestly, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that they need to clean up. This is the movie, okay? This is the movie that I'm going to say, hey, you clean up all your cinematic timeline crap, okay? With this movie, you clean it up, I'll forgive you. But if you don't, I think that's it. I'm not going to watch any more of these movies. Well, that's an empty threat. I'm obviously going to watch more of these movies, but yeah. I mean, what the heck? There's so many continuity errors in this movie that I kind of, my head is swimming, honestly. And then there are Sentinels in the end too. Like, they got the Sentinels from the 70s and they're using the Sentinels to train the new X-Men. What? What the heck? Why? What the heck? What? Oh my god. Okay, so honestly, this movie's not that great, but it's not that bad either. There's some good parts to it. There's just a lot of crap mixed in with the chocolate. So honestly, I'll say this movie's okay. This movie's okay. It's not perfect, but it's not gut-wrenchingly awful either, like X-Men Origins Wolverine, which is gonna be playing soon. Gonna be reviewing that pretty soon. So yeah. Alright guys, comment, subscribe, let me know what you guys think of this movie. Name other movies that you want me to review in the comment down below. And without end, take care guys, and I'll see you later.